I am Ron. By the way, Ron Weasley. I am Harry Potter. So, do you really have the what? The scar? Oh, wicked! It's a such conversation between Harry Potter and Ron Weasley, two characters from the famous Harry Potter series. In the first encounter, Harry introduced himself. Immediately, Ron asked him about the scar, which was extremely famous in the Wizarding world at that time. The scar was formed when Harry's mother used her life to protect her son from the death Voldemort caused. Also wearing a big scar on his forehead. Through the movie version, Harry is still smiling, showing his scar to Ron. Honestly, when I was a kid, I only watched it because I found Harry innocent, handsome, and was fascinated by the pages books written by J.K. Rowling. At my age now, when I look back, I ask myself, what made that scar so special and meaningful? So meaningful in a way that sometimes when people mention my scar, I will be like Harry, ready to show it for everyone to see. Is it pride? Or is it sharing the misfortunes that your life encounters with others in order to get sympathy? When it comes to scars, what do we usually refer to? For most people, scars are usually mentioned like that. We fall, we get scars. We have trauma, we have scars. But the scar that I have brought up until now are neither hardships nor failures. Whenever I mention it, I gradually fall asleep because it starts like this. Con có là có bay lá bay lá, bay từ cửa phủ, bay ra là ra cánh đồng, tình tình tang là tang tình tình, hỡi cô nàng rằng, hỡi anh chàng ơi, rằng có nhớ là nhớ hay không, rằng có biết là biết hay chăng. Người về là về có nhớ ta chăng, ta về là về ta nhớ, hàm răng chiếc cô nắng rằng, tình tình tang là tang tình tình. A song so familiar to the people of Vietnam, a song associated with my happy childhood, and I strongly believe there are also many people like me who heard this song before sleeping when they were children, and that my scar, a scar of my childhood. In my old dictionary, the scar is associated with my super cool memories. For example, scolding a dog, then being chased around the village. I still remember vividly that on hot summer afternoon in Hanoi, I was laying in a hammock tied to pillars, and it's creaking along with the tunes of that song made me remember forever. At the age of 10, my grandparents and family let me play freely in the garden and observe the carpet runs. I even brought a hoe and shovel to dip. That scar also had the shape of a summer night without electricity. I scurried to see if the neighbor's house had power or not. Then I hurriedly went to get water from the well and put it at the end of my bed. The water from well is so cool. Play is front of the fan. The white will blow cooler. My house at that time had a tile roof where my dad struggled to install an air conditioner. Those nights, I definitely had the opportunity to see the star in the sky more clearly. There a flash in the distance, a quick one would come across my mind. There I caught sight of my grandmother, also looking up at the sky and mumbling that there are so many stars that will be sunny tomorrow. When I sleep, my mother would rub my back, whisper in my ear that you should study hard and get out of a hot situation like that in the near future, my lovely daughter. There were also summer days I stood and listened to the cicada chirping in a corner of the sky. I cursed them so loudly that I couldn't sleep in several times. All of the beautiful things passed as quickly as a nap, and I wake up. Now I am nearly a 18-year-old girl. Being an adult, everything that I had as a child now just precious fragments in my mind. I no longer look at the distant stars in the sky, nor use my imagination to think that there is an Uncle Gui sitting on the moon. Fuck games. Rarely children in my village play together. Now I notice that the sound of cicadas is also lower than in the past. My grandmother is no longer healthy enough to go to the poles to watch the stars and then forecast the weather anymore. Everything had changed in a way I never thought. When I was a kid, I wanted to grow up fast. When I grow up, I just want to be a carefree kid again. A scar not necessarily attached to the skin, not necessarily an ugly one. I have one scar, but instead of choosing to detest, I look at it from a different perspective. This scar is like a living proof of my intense, irreversible childhood. From there, it reminds me that I need to live the fullest, try to enjoy every moment as much as possible, and be grateful of the seemingly small things with me.